Welcome back to the 10th episode of the 22 and 22 series, where we have a power ranking of the 22 returning teams to the bubble. Now, as we see, all the teams are currently in the bubble. We have a general idea about which players are going to be playing and are not going to be playing. And at number 13, based on how they performed this season and the players who unfortunately don't look like they're going to play this bubble, we have the Indiana Pacers at 13. So the Indiana Pacers are currently the fifth seed in the Eastern Conference, and they have a 39-26 record, tied with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, most people, including us, believe that the Pacers will slip down to the sixth seed because the Philadelphia 76ers are a more talented team and have a slightly easier schedule than the Pacers do. So the Pacers, although they are a very good regular season team, they somehow don't always look so good in the playoffs. Like last year when they were facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics, a very similar team to the one which is currently there, got swept, and the Boston Celtics lost in 5 to the Bucks immediately after. So they don't look like a very good playoff team, but they're definitely a good regular season story. So headed by Domantas Sabonis, their all-star this year, in the absence of Victor Oladipo, their all-star last year, they have had quite a respectable record this year with the emergence of players such as Malcolm Brogdon. They had Doug McDermott, they had Miles Turner all playing well. So they clearly have like a bunch of really good pieces, but putting them all together, it requires the performance of a bunch of people who haven't played too well this season or don't have a lot of playoff experience. For example, you have players like Miles Turner or TJ Warren, and that's how we have viewed the Pacers most recently. They're a good team, but they aren't a good playoff team. So I think they have a couple of games which I think that they can win. They have a 3-game stretch of the Wizards, Magic, and Suns, but their other games are pretty hard against the Sixers, Lakers, Heat twice, and Rockets. So I think that the Pacers will will have a 3-5 record, but because they're already the 5th seed, they have a higher chance because they're a playoff lock than the other teams which are ranked below them. So they'll fall to the 6th seed, and their most important game is probably against the 76ers. So if they have a chance of doing better than the 76ers, then that's the game which they'll have to prove it. This is the part of the video where we show our rankings for the team and how they compared with each other. So I had the Pacers at the spot at number 13. I think that they're a very well-rounded team. They're a decently deep team with the Holiday brothers off the bench. They have Doug McDermott. It's a very decent team, but I feel it's just a regular season story. They never performed too well in the playoffs since Paul George left. And I don't see, especially with Victor Oladipo out, Malcolm Brogdon has tested positive. I don't see Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner, two players who are competing for the same spot, and they can't really face for Miles Turner a bit, but Domantas Sabonis, no. I don't see them making it past the first round, especially if they have to face a team like the Celtics or the Heat.
Okay, yeah, so I have them just a little bit higher at 12, actually. And, I know that Victor Oladipo's out, but he was out for pretty much most of the season, and they were pretty much fine without him. So they were 30 and 20, 32 and 20 without him, which is actually better than the 7 and 6 that they went with him. So this Pacers system was really kind of built on teamwork more than having stellar players, I guess. So I think without Victor Oladipo, they'll be just fine. So I have them just a little bit higher at 12.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I actually had the Pacers at 13, which is the same rank as Aki, and it's for the same reasons. I think the Pacers, they're a pretty relatively young team, and they don't necessarily have the most playoff experience. And also this hiatus wasn't really too beneficial to them because Victor Oladipo is not going to come back, and some players tested positive. And compared to other contenders like the Thunder, who had a perfectly good hiatus, no infected players, and everything was perfectly fine for them, I think that the Pacers had a worse hiatus, and I think that's going to affect them, and it's going to push them down compared to the other seeds near them. So I think that they're not too good, but they're still pretty decent.
Well, there you have it. We have the Pacers at 13. What team do you think will be at number 12 tomorrow? There's so many teams remaining, a lot of them in the Western Conference and a fair few in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, leave your predictions in the comments and stay tuned because tomorrow at 2 p.m. we release who is at 12. This is us, the Bench Warmers, and we're signing off. See ya.